name is Kent Coleman. I started surfing in '62 with my friend Walker Fischer. We started with a pop-out board that had razor-sharp edges. Everybody was pretty good until they jumped off the board and the razor-sharp edges cut them. But then we moved up to a 9/8 Hobie, and we were surfing off of Ormond Beach off of Granada Boulevard. We're down on the beach. Walker always had a little 8mm camera. And we found this bottle on the beach, and so he just started making a movie by me picking up the bottle and drinking it, and then somehow he made me disappear, and then he started taking pictures of us in the surf, and that was the beginning of him being a movie maker. We just enjoyed surfing, and we'd just go out every day that there was good surf. You know, and we thought every day was a good day to surf. So we went out most every day, and then we just, you know, kept doing it for years. It's perfect. We were trying to show some other people how to surf. So there's a crowd of us there from our high school, and it's a party, and you know, they're in the surf, and it's about waist deep for everybody. So I paddled out, but as I'm paddling out, a crab comes up and nips me on the toe. So I'm just out there, and all of a sudden I glance over, there's a fin. So Walker's out as further than the others. So I'm surfing by him, just paddling by him, and I said, "Shark." And so he panics, and the whole thing, it looked like the beach from Jaws. There's nothing but splashing of water. Luckily, I had made it in. Surfing to me was more of a spiritual thing. Like I would just go out there and you commune with nature. We never had any fear. The dolphins would come up to us. You know, like, and I don't know whether there was other fish that would come by. I had a blue that came right over my board, right in front of my face when I was taking off one time. And he could have just as well hit me, but I think he was just, you know, saying hi. Walker went out to visit his aunt and uncle out in San Francisco. They had this gorgeous home on Belvedere Island. It was on the top of the island, and we didn't know. You know, like we figured that everybody lived like that, but they had a beautiful home, and there was a little pool, a little hot tub, and there's a picture of me, you know, sitting by the hot tub, and I figured that I would just meditate there from now on. You know, that was perfect. Walker and I were always, you know, together when we'd surf, and you know, it is a bond. And whenever we go out, like I always felt safer, you know, because Walker was always getting the man o' war would sting him, or his neck would break. You know, like I remember he went over this wave, and you know, like I didn't hear it crunch, but you know, like I remember giving him my board and pushing him into shore and thinking nothing of just swimming through large waves. You just never had any fear, you know, when I was together with him. In 1991, it was the Halloween swell from the Perfect Storm. And Walker and I came out in the morning, paddled out. It was right, you know, right off of Ormond Beach. I had a little surfside condo there. And, you know, there people are watching us from the beach. And you know, other people started to come, and nobody could get out because it was 6, 7 feet, and you know, we'd been paddling out, but it kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then finally, it got late. And we didn't want to, you know, come in because we knew that we couldn't paddle out against the big waves. So finally, the waves were, I don't know, they were 12 to 15 feet, and I'd never taken off on one of those. So I said, well, this is a good way to go. I'm taking off. And I went down the wave and rode it. It was my best wave that I've ever taken. Rode it all the way in and stepped off my board on the beach like I knew what I was doing. Mostly when Walker and I were out there, we were out there by ourselves. You know, we just, you know, the two of us would surf. Except for one day when, you know, like the hurricane came through. I don't know whether it was Dora or Donna or which one. Cleo. It was Cleo. And it tore down the pier. And so we had paddled out there, and his mother called and said, the Coast Guard, and said, can you possibly get my son and his friend back in, because they're way out there and it looks dangerous. And they said, ma'am, we can't get the ships out. You know, and then we drifted down about a mile from his home at Granada to the pier, which was gone, but it wasn't totally gone because there were pilings in the water. And I remember paddling out and looking up, and a giant piling was coming over the wave on top of me. And I just remember going down and saying, well, it was a good life.